It's Week 10 of the NFL. And up next are the Texans' electric quarterback. He got his reps in a week ago, over 400 yards through the air. It's the Texans and the Giants. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. We're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. Bringing this crew out, it's someone known for his big arm since he entered the league back in 2016, Jacoby Brissett.
Spent the early years of his career bouncing between starter and backup as needed, and played well, but never had a team fully commit to him as their guy. He does retain the toolbox that made him projectable as a starter. Big, strong player with a powerful arm, deceptively mobile, and tough to tackle. The best part about his game, leadership and being a great teammate.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try and run here with Mostert. Gets around him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Play fake, Brissett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Brissett to throw on first. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A nice job there, quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route, and the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Back to the running game with Mostert, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Brissett. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. On third down, here comes Mostert. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. They go play action with Brissett. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Bud Dupree off the edge and getting to the quarterback. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. T.Y. Hilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And bringing them out is a Pro Bowler back in the 2015 campaign. He's now approaching a decade in the league. It's Teddy Bridgewater.
After what we saw last week, over 400 yards passing, the obvious thing is to go talk to him. I want to talk to his receivers, and boy, were they enthusiastic about what happened then. And they can't wait for this week's game.
He was hitting them outside, over the middle, everywhere. And for his efforts, of course, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. A first down throw for Bridgewater. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
They go play action. Bridgewater. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here, because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Ball start, offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
To throw, Bridgewater. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bridgewater throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Bridgewater. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Texans. Eric Ebron, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one, an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Jacoby Brissett back out for his guys' next possession. He was 4-4 on that opening drive, including the touchdown pass, as he'll try again here to duplicate that success, starting with a first down. They'll start on the ground with Mostert, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, all knotted up at 7. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, Brissett looking deep for Hilton. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Agnew now to return. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Texans will take over. Now, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight it's North versus South in California, the Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. And then tomorrow, Monday night, it's both Charles's birthday, happy early birthday, buddy, and the first primetime appearance for the Commanders as they travel up to Philly to take on the Eagles. A lot going on. On 2nd and 10, Bridgewater, and they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Bridgewater now from the 50. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. And this one is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Bridgewater. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 21. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Final play of the half. Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. So they pass up the field goal attempt to go for 6, but as a result, they leave points on the field, and that's going to do it for this first half.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. For the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Harris running straight ahead. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Big play from a big man. Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge and dropping him behind the line.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Got a man, Slayton. And some room to work. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Quick slant here to Woods. Touchdown! Robert Woods, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Texans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Here's Brissett. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking downfield for Jones. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll toss to Harris. And he'll get it down here to the 43. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater, throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle. On second down, this is Harris. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. Here we go on 4th down. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The Giants now down on the scoreboard. A little under 1:50 remaining. And the 4th down stop gives him a new lifeline, at least for the moment. Brissett. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Brissett. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
But they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as to understand where they are in the field?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Mostert off the option. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Now Brissett. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. That time a 6-play drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it culminates in a Julio Jones touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Bridgewater. Pass complete to Harris. And he's got a 1st down to the 40-yard line, but the clock runs. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Bridgewater's throw here pulled in by Galladay. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. So here's Cairo Santos on the field goal try. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you bump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This from long, very long range. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And New York set to take the field. All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And he lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown, and in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it, but for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So this one in the win column for the Texans, and it was the veteran Teddy Bridgewater who led the way.
Yeah, the numbers don't jump off the page, but he was a steady influence back there. He had a couple of touchdown passes on the afternoon. His guys rallied around him, and they're going to come away victorious.
So for Houston, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Commanders. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.